This is a gold pendant with bead set diamonds that I inlaid with black onyx and mother of pearl. Hello, my name is Tony and I'd like to welcome you to my lapidary workshop. I start by cutting up a lot of black onyx into almost key-shaped pieces and then dop them individually so that they can be cut to the exact required size. I say black onyx, but technically there is no such thing. It's really a dyed Brazilian agate, or chalcedony, or chalcedony, or much easier to use the jeweller's term of black onyx. The design calls for the keys to be 2 mm wide and up to 15 mm in length, so we're going to use the fastening machine to achieve the dimensions accurately. Here we are charging the lap prior to cutting. There's a freshly charged lap, cuts nicely. It's 600 grit diamond that I'm applying, and somewhat sloppily, but we're using less than $1 worth of diamonds. Now setting the fastening machine, I have a collet chuck. As you can see, some fastening machines use keyed dops, which won't allow you to set them in that manner. I follow the 600 with a 1200 grit, which leaves a smoother finish and also eliminates any chipping at the edges. When I have achieved the exact size required, I then take the stone off and turn it over so that we can use the flexible shaft to grind the ledges on the back. I'm using a piece of BC nephrite as a jig, which you might be able to see, that allows me to cut all the keys to the correct depth. Now I get to dop them, turn the stones over so that the tops can be polished. I used a homemade dop stick adapter thingy with a bit of brass tubing, which I squeezed together with a pair of pliers and then ground them so they were 2 mm, which is the right size for holding these stones. I'm polishing them with pendant and cerium oxide. Pendant is a man-made synthetic fibre. You can get it from a fabric store. Holds cerium extremely well, gets a very nice polish very quickly. So the next thing is to grind away the keys where they fit around the bosses and make sure everything fits nicely. This is the final stage for the black keys, and each one has to get adjusted to make sure that it fits with its neighbour, and the line in between the screw holes, and of course it will have to be level and follow the curve of the pendant. After all the keys have been fitted into the pendant, now add the white key portions and screw them in place temporarily to make sure that there are no gaps and all the fitting was correct. As you can see, there's some overhang which we get to remove later. Next step is to glue the pieces. We use Hughes 330 epoxy mixed with a little black tempera, which is a dry powder finger paint and apply it to the pendant and then fit the individual keys. After all the pieces have been glued in place and left to dry for 24 hours, we then get to remove the bits sticking out which we noticed earlier. Can't see very well, but I'm using a foam-backed sanding pad which conforms to the shape of the pendant quite nicely. After it has been sanded to the desired shape, I then polish the edges of the Onyx with cerium on pendant, which you saw earlier. I'm not showing you this, then of course I'm not showing you how the sanding went very well either. Next stage is the white keys. These are mother of pearl and they're about 0.7 of a millimeters thick, so I'm using cut-off wheels, diamond cut-off wheels to shape them, and we're going to fit those into the white key holders which get mounted on top of the black keys. In much the same way as the black keys were cut, the white keys are daubed, and the faceting machine is once more used to cut the pieces, the keys, to exactly fit the white key pieces. From there we freehand will curve the tops of the keys and edges, and then go on to polish it. And polishing mother of pearl is quite easily accomplished using leather with aluminium oxide. I have a pad that fits in my faceting machine for just this type of thing. After the white keys were all polished, they were fitted, glued and assembled in much the same manner as the black keys, and this is a picture of the finished result. This piece has been washed, but unfortunately still got a few water spots and things which you can see, and of course the jeweler has to do some buffing and polishing on the gold to get rid of the scratches and things. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.